Well, I had a marvelously crappy day, so I'm filming this late. I was even contemplating not filming at all, but I forced myself because that's what this is. Something I force myself to do. It's not about enjoying it, it's about building up a discipline. And I was considering a genre that I realize now is very appropriate for my situation, which is drama. Drama. Now, there is a broad definition, if I ever saw one. The essence of drama is that two or more things are set to collide, and it's not really about figuring out a winner, unlike action or thriller or horror or whatever. It's more about what is released during that collision. And if drama is done well, then it won't even matter who the winner really is. Everybody's the winner, and that means you. What will matter is how the collision changes those involved, how they come to see things differently or see things that they wouldn't see before. And the one drama that always pulls me back, the one that my brain always slips back to, is the movie Heat with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino and a bunch of other really cool actors. But the main drama, well, actually, not even the main drama, but one of the main dramas, is the confrontation between these two very strong characters that these two very strong actors are playing. One, Al Pacino, is a cop who has devoted his life so much to his work that his social life and everything else is basically crumbling around him and always has been. While the criminal, Robert De Niro, I can in fact not remember their names in the movie, but I always remember them as the actors' names. But the criminal has essentially does the has essentially done the same, but does so in a more structured, deliberate fashion. And he probably has the most recognizable quote from the entire movie, that you can never have anything in your life that you cannot walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you spot the heat around the corner. And a lot of the movie is about these two characters being put into different kinds of confrontations, a lot of them indirectly, where they are faced with each other but they aren't facing each other, and how they play off each other and their personal angles on everything that happens. And in a strange way, they end up becoming kindred souls, kindred spirits, even though they never change sides. They are opponents until the end. But something in them forges a bridge that you would not expect. And there is a lot of emotion in that. There is a lot of intense situations. And that is basically what drama builds on. Now, shallow, pardon me, but crappy drama is the soap opera kind where all of a sudden someone will burst out in some kind of emotional tantrum because of something, because there has to be some emotional drama. And to some, drama is more a matter of volume, how loud it is, than it is about any kind of quality. It's not supposed to make you think, it's just supposed to make you go, oh my God. But at least to me, drama done well, as for example in Heat, comes from having people, items, situations that do not and probably cannot fit together and forcing them together and seeing what that brings. And the fallout of it is usually the story, the actual story, what happens along the way. How do they deal with this? Do they go apeshit and just fight each other? Do they dance around each other like cat and mouse style or something like that? Do they openly acknowledge one another and talk it out or whatever? That's what the story is, perhaps even the plot of it. But the intensity, just like in horror, the feel of the genre comes from the fear of not being in control, not being able to find a way to get in control. In drama, that impact of the genre comes from realizing how these pieces just do not fit and realizing that they have to fit somehow. And then you watch the movie or read the book or play the game to figure out what happens from it. So, actually, I was contemplating very much how to categorize drama, and the immediate impulse is to categorize it as a plot genre. But that's not really the case now that I think about it, because there is no real plot that is identified as the drama. The drama is the conflict between the main pieces on the board. It's not how that conflict is carried out, it's an internal conflict. And I guess that kind of makes it one of those meta dramas like Supers and Cosmic, but still in a different way. Thematic genre, I'm not really sure, but it's definitely not a world genre, and it's not a plot genre. Thinking whether it could be a style genre, but I don't even think that fits. Drama can be gruesome splatter, guts and blood flying everywhere, or it can be sit down and talk over a nice cup of tea. In fact, Heat, the movie again, is both of those things. There are some very amazing, intense, dramatic gunfight scenes, but again, perhaps the most intense scene has no actual fighting in it. It's just a scene where the two main characters, Al Pacino's cop and Robert De Niro's criminal, I think he's called Ned, where they sit down just out of the blue. They meet one another because they're constantly surveilling one another. So they just meet up and decide to talk it out at a diner somewhere. And it's just about the two talking to each other, and it is an amazing scene. Some of the best drama I've ever seen. So, drama can be physical, but it definitely need not be. Everything that happens, physical or otherwise, is basically just a lead up or the fallout of the main characters or other elements confronting their incompatibilities. The fact that they do not fit together, but nonetheless they have to. Everything that really happens is just there to accentuate that, to draw attention to, and to maybe even explain why these two or more pieces on the board are on such a head on collision course, whether they want to or not. So, yeah, it's about things that do not fit together and the problems that are caused by that. So it's definitely not a world genre, it's not a plot genre, it's not a style genre. So I guess we're back to the meta genre. And it can mix with others, though I think it might be overdoing it if you're not careful. I've never seen it mixed with cosmic, but I have seen some that mix it with superhero dramas. And sometimes it goes very well, and sometimes it does not. So drama can basically be placed anywhere, but that doesn't mean that it fits in anywhere, ironically, since it's about things not fitting together. I think that's the best way I can explain it without a very deep research project, which these videos are not supposed to be. They are just me talking so that I keep talking. And I have now talked.